Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are all safe in home. Today we are going to focus on degrees of comparison. In lower class you might have learned parts of speech. Can you recall all the parts of speech? Yes? Good? Okay, good. In this parts of speech we are going to focus on adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a set of words that modifies a noun or pronoun. Adjectives may come before the word they modify. Can you tell me some of the adjectives? John is a tall boy. Which is the adjective there? Yes, tall is the adjective. This house is colorful. Which is the adjective there? Colorful. The road is too long. Which is the adjective there? Yes, long. So, the very well definition of adjective, again I am recalling, it is a set of words that modifies a noun or a pronoun. Already I have given some of the examples. In the display you can see, that is a cute puppy. Which is the adjective there? Yes, cute is the adjective. He is a good boy. Which is the adjective there? Yes, good. The people are kind. Which is the adjective there? Kind. Okay, very good. Now, adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison. What are the 3 degrees of comparison? Positive degrees of adjectives, comparative degrees of adjectives, and superlative degrees of adjectives. Now, let us see the definition of what is a positive degree. When there is no comparison between the existence of quality, for example, when we speak about one person or when we speak about only one thing, we use positive degree. You cannot compare anything. For example, rabbit is slow, rose is beautiful, I am happy. In this sentence, I have no comparison. I speak about only the existence of the quality. So, this is said to be the positive degree. The second degree, the comparative. This compares 2 things which has lesser or greater degrees of quality. For example, slower, more beautiful, happier. You can see these examples in the display. Ram is happier than Sam. We are comparing Ram and Sam. When this person or thing has only 2 qualities, we use comparative degree. The next degree we will see is superlative. This compares more than 2 things. In comparative degree we use only 2 things. In superlative degree we use more than 2 things, which has the least or the greatest degrees of the quality. Slowest, most beautiful, happiest. Ram is the happiest boy in the class. So, Ram is compared to all the boys in the class. That means it is the greatest degrees of the quality. Again I am recapitulating. Positive degree, it says about the existence of the quality. Comparative degree, it shows the comparative of 2 things or 2 persons. Superlative degree has the greatest degrees of the quality. Here in the slide you can see the types of adjectives, the rules of the adjectives. I already told you happy, happier, happiest. How this happy is framed as happier? How this happy is framed as happiest? These are the sets of rules of adjectives. Let us see the first one. One syllable word. In lower class you would have studied about syllabification. In this syllabification, you have studied monosyllabic word, that is one syllable word. When there is one syllable word, you add ER to the comparative degree and EST to the superlative degree. Strong, stronger, strongest. The next, one syllable word ending in vowel and consonant. Vowel followed by the consonant. Thin, T-H-I-N. Here, I is vowel and N is the consonant. In this case, you have to double the consonant. For example, T-H-I-N, again N-E-R. So, double the consonant. The word ending in consonant should be doubled again. So, T-H-I-N-N-E-R. When we come to the superlative degree, T-H-I-N-N-E-S-T. The next, more than one syllable. For example, you can take it to a big word. For example, famous. More famous, most famous. Again the word beautiful. More beautiful, most beautiful. So, in this concept, you can take it as more than 2 or 3 syllables. You can use more in comparative degree and most in superlative degree. More than one syllable ending in Y. Some of the adjectives you can find ending in Y. Happy, silly. In this case, in comparative degree, you can remove Y and add IER and IEST in superlative degree. Again, I will explain this example. Silly, S-I-L-L-Y, silly. S-I-L-L-I-E-R, sillier. S-I-L-L-I-E-S-T, silliest. Can you give some adjectives ending in Y? Yes, many of you have told happy, H-A-P-P-Y. This Y is removed in comparative degree by adding happier, H-A-P-P-I-E-R, happier, and in coming to the superlative degree, H-A-P-P-I-E-S-T. Beside this, you are having some of the irregular adjectives. Irregular adjective means there is no correlation between these 3 degrees. I have displayed that bad, worse, worst. So, in this 3 column, you cannot find the same word repeated. Bad, worse, worst. Good, better, best. Many, more, most. Have you understood what is an irregular adjectives? You cannot find the same word repeated in the comparative and superlative. Whereas in the first 3 rows and columns, you can find the word by adding ER or IER in comparative degree, EST or IEST in superlative degree. The same word is repeated in the next 2 columns. Whereas when we come to an irregular adjectives, you cannot find the same word repeated. Do you all understood? Okay, good. There are some key points that you have to remember. Don't apply 2 rules for forming a comparative degree. Many of you use ER as comparative degree, of course, but you add more to that. That is the wrong usage. Or superlative degree example, most best. Instead, you can say the best, but many of you are using 2 superlatives or 2 comparatives. That is a serious mistake that you have to observe. Use the comparative degree, not the superlative degree, when comparing just 2 things. In the definition, I already explained, you use comparative degree while comparing only 2 persons. But many of you use superlative degree when you take comparison between 2 persons. That you have to avoid. Now, from the beginning of the class, we have seen the definition of adjective. Adjective is a word which shows the quality of a noun, isn't it? Can you give me some adjectives? Okay. Yes. After that, I have introduced 3 degrees of comparison. What are they? Yes, positive degree. Yes, comparative degree. Yes, and the superlative degree. Okay, fine. Where do you use positive degree? We use positive degree in the when there is no comparison. Yes, existence of the quality we use positive degree. Okay, very good. Where do we use comparative degree? We use comparative degree when we compare any 2 person or 2 things. Okay, very good. Where do we use superlative degree? We use superlative degree in more than 2 comparison. Okay, very good. We have framed some spelling rules, isn't it? Can you tell me the superlative and comparative degree of the words ending in Y? If I tell you the word happy, how this word will be changed into comparative and superlative? What change you will do there? Yes, you will remove Y and add IER. So, happy will become happier and happier will become happiest. Okay, very good. I hope you are all thorough with the rules, spelling rules of the adjectives. Dear children, you can find 10 sentences like fill in the blanks. I have given adjective in the end of the sentence. Your work is to find out the proper adjective that you can place in that sentence. The first one I will do it for you. Chennai is dash than Bangalore. In this sentence, you can find hot there. I already told you. In your Unit 2 prose book, you can find this passage in lesson 2. He stood on the grass verge by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. It had not changed much. The old house, built with the solid blocks of granite, wasn't altered at all. But there was a new outhouse and there were fewer trees. He was glad to see that the jackfruit tree still stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. This is a paragraph taken from lesson 2. Dear children, can you find out some of the adjectives in this passage? Take your notebook and write the adjectives that you can find in this passage. Shall we discuss? He stood on the grass verge by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. Old, older, oldest. For example, this old can be used for things but not for human. For example, my grandfather is old. In this case, you can say my grandfather is elder. My grandfather is the eldest. You cannot take older or oldest to any human. In this case, old, older, oldest. It had not changed much. Again the word old is repeated. The old house built with the solid blocks of granite was not altered at all, but there was a new outhouse, new. What is the comparative and superlative degree of new? New, newer, newest. Okay, good. And there were fewer. Is it fewer? Is few, fewer, fewest. So, which is the degree placed there? Comparative degree. Okay, good. He was glad, glad, gladder, gladdest, to see that the jackfruit tree stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. So, a few adjectives that we have framed, that is old. Okay, next one, new, few, glad. Okay. Now students, you can find lots of examples in lesson 2 related to the adjectives. When you are able to locate adjectives, it is very easy to form comparative and superlative degree. You can apply the rules. How you can apply the rules? As I already told you, when you add ER, it will become comparative degree. When you add EST, it will become to the superlative degree. Now, can you frame or can you write 10 adjectives in positive degree? Or shall I dictate 10 adjectives so that you can write the comparative and superlative degree? If you are having any doubt, again I am recapitulating. Add ER to the comparative degree, add EST to the superlative degree. Now I am going to give 10 adjectives: big, small, large, handsome, industrious, excellent, colorful, dark. Are you all writing there? Yes. Costly, sharp, brilliant, dull, smart. Your work is find out the comparative and superlative degree for these adjectives. It's very easy for you to write. If any word ending in Y, remove Y and add IER and IEST. If you are having a big word with more than 2 or 3 syllables, add more in comparative and most in superlative degree. Children, remember, don't write only more and most. You have to write the full word. Brilliant, more brilliant, most brilliant. Do you understand? Some of you get confused by writing only more. If I tell you handsome, some of you may think that you can write only more. You will not write handsome, but it is the wrong usage. Handsome, more handsome, most handsome. Is it clear for you? Yes, very good. So, like this, you can take any lesson, practice by finding out the adjectives. Some adjectives may be in comparative degree, no problem. Some adjectives may be in superlative degree, no problem. Find out vice versa. If your degree is superlative degree, find out the comparative and positive degree. No problem. It will be very easy for you. Children, don't forget to learn irregular adjectives. Many students make mistake if I tell the word good. Many of you will write gooder, G-O-O-D-E-R, G-O-O-D-E-S-T. That is wrong usage. Remember carefully of irregular adjectives. That is the main important. Whenever you go for higher studies also, these irregular adjectives will play a great role in spoken English. Do you remember the irregular adjectives that we have discussed? Good, better, best. Yes, very good. Try to remember always the irregular adjectives, because I told you the same word will not be repeated in comparative and in superlative. Is it clear for you? Okay. Now, I hope you would have learnt what is adjective, what is positive degree, what is comparative degree, what is superlative degree, and we have learnt the rules of spelling while framing the degrees of adjectives. We have discussed some of the exercises. We have located a paragraph from Unit 2. There we have located some of the adjectives there. I have dictated some of the adjectives where you have to write the comparative degree and superlative degree. Not only in your lessons, in your regular newspapers also you can find lots of adjectives. You try to locate, you try to grasp, write all the adjectives and find out the other adjectives for that. Okay, students, now we have learnt degrees of comparison. In the next class, we are going to learn the transformation of sentences. Transformation means changing of sentence from positive to comparative, comparative to superlative, or in any forms. It is very easy for you to learn. So, this is the basic of degrees of comparison. In the next class, we are going to discuss or we are going to work out with the transformation of sentences. Are you ready to learn it? Okay. You have an activity in your prose book in page number 36. There you can find lots of pictures and lots of adjectives they have given there. It's very colorful for you. Your work is you have to find out the comparative degree and superlative degree. Already we have done the basic, but for your 9th standard they have given a clear exercises: healthy, wholesome, safer. I have taken some of the examples from 1 and 2. Healthy, yes. What is that? Word or adjective ending in Y. Yes, very good. What you have to do there? You will remove Y and add IER. Yes, very good, excellent. What you will do for that comparative degree? Yes, I already told you, we done comparative degree. What is the next one? Superlative. Yes, you are all alert. What you will do in superlative degree? You will add, yes, you will add EST, healthiest or IEST. The next one, wholesome. You will add ER or EST? No, because this word has more syllables. So, what you will do there? You will add, yes, more wholesome in comparative degree and most wholesome in superlative degree. You are all alert, children, very good. Safer. Yes. Can you tell me what is the original spelling of the word safer? Yes, it's safe. The origin of the spelling safer is safe. Safe, safer, safest. You need not frame sentence. Actually, in the book they told you to frame sentence, but you be thorough with the spelling rules. When you are thorough with the spelling rules, the next step you can frame the sentences. When you are framing a sentence, please keep it in the mind. The sentence should be related to the adjectives. That is why we mainly focus on positive, comparative and superlative. You cannot write I like pizza. If you write I like pizza, that is not degree of comparison. Already in the definition I told you, adjective, quality of the existence. The pizza is tasty. Yes, tasty, tastier, tastiest. Whatever the picture it may be, try to find out the words of existence of quality. Adjectives, the existence of quality is adjectives. Do you all understand? What adjective will use there, children? I can use dark. The furniture is dark because the furniture is made up of wood. That is not adjective. The furniture is dark. Okay. Try to find out the adjectives. The adjectives should interlink with the picture. Okay. Do you all understand? Okay. I hope you would have enjoyed this lesson. You would have understand the concept of degrees of comparison and the rules of framing the adjectives. So, you are all very confident of going to the next step. What is the next step? The next step is transformation of sentences. Transformation of sentence means, don't be afraid, just changing of one sentence to the another one. For example, changing of positive degree to comparative degree and comparative degree to superlative degree. It's very easy for you to learn, students. It's just only the basic I have recalled. Most of you have learnt it in lower class. It's only a recapitulation. Okay?